Well, howdy everyone, Bash Mutumba back again here with Ugandan Juice, of course your weekly segment that brings to you the best entertainment stories that are happening in the Pearl of Africa. That's Uganda for you. And well, let's jump right into the stories, and I'll begin straight off with Bobi Wine's big story. Bobi Wine has finally gotten bail out of Luzira prison. You know, it all started with a court case that the judge ordered that he would be taken to jail over that, to be remanded there over his continued offenses towards the law. Basic things like wrong assemble, like having assembles without getting leave from the police, and various other things. And what Bobi Wine actually decided to tell the judge straight on was the fact that he is not on trial, but the court itself is on trial. That's according to Bobi. And that if at all he's to be taken to jail for fighting for the rights of the ordinary Ugandan and against illegal taxes, then he is glad to be in jail forever. And apparently, according to him, well, you should remember that around last year, taxes were started up. That was the mobile money and social media tax. And ever since the mobile money tax was reduced from 1% to 0.5%, the OTT tax or social media tax was never repealed. Until today, we actually pay social media tax. You cannot access social media without paying OTT tax and maybe using a VPN network, which is regarded as illegal by the government. And well, Bobi Wine finally got bail later, and in this particular situation he had already released his song that talks about this entire thing, called Afande, saying it's unfair for the Afande to beat him up, yet he's fighting for him and not fighting against him. Well, we hope he finally brings out a song that talks about the judges themselves. We hope that he does that, or we expect that he does that, because he usually does. And various people like celebrated journalists and other big people in the media industry and the entire political scene in Uganda have came out at the point when Bobi Wine had been arrested and had something to say about the entire thing. Well, the first one was Charles Onyango-Obbo. This is a veteran journalist. He has been at the Daily Monitor. He even went to Kenya too, and was big in the media industry there too. So he's a veteran in this thing, and he's a big guy in that entire field. And he had this to say: Uganda opposition MP and pop star Bobi Wine jailed over 2018 social media tax protest. I guess that makes him the world's first OTT tax prisoner. If H.A. Bobi Wine survives, he'll have a hell of a story to tell his grandchildren, without having to add any spices to the tale. Well, that was Charles Onyango-Obbo. Then Alan Kasuja, that's a BBC journalist. He's also a Ugandan. He went out to say either the government of Uganda has decided to deliberately grow Bobi Wine's political profile, or they have zero clues on what to do to him. Well, you know, various people believe that the fact that the government keeps imprisoning and prosecuting Bobi Wine makes him even a bigger political threat. Yes, that in the eyes of the people, the more he gets persecuted is the more they love him, according to some theories, of course. And people could bring out the thing that happened in Arua, whereby he got taken in for about 2 weeks, and he complained that he had been beaten badly and stuff. That's when his love or political clout really increased, and he went to America and met those senators and stuff like that. Well, apparently the more they imprison him, the more he gets famous. And someone can give the example of Dr. Kiza Besigye. Besige's many times of getting imprisoned made him famous in the eyes of the people. Well, that's just politics for you, but either way, it joins into the musical part. Yeah, it juxtaposes into the music, so we have to talk about it. Yes. And well, others would say cancelling his concerts, confining him to his home, and God knows how many policemen and soldiers, then sending him to jail for opposing mobile money tax. That all that stuff isn't really great in this social media era in broad daylight, and calmly and boldly saying the law is being enforced. Well, Kasuja made a thread of tweets. That's Alan Kasuja of the BBC. He made a thread of tweets really protesting this entire thing. And the spokesperson of the government, that's Ofono Opondo, quoted his tweet and told him if you're a criminal, we shall get you. Yes, he told him, if you're a criminal, we shall get you. Very unapologetic there. He's very, very unapologetic. And he told Kasuja, if at all he wakes up one day, he will also be gotten. And various other people, of course, including Apas. Remember, Apas is one of those guys that they protested with Bobi Wine. Apas, the musician, and Raymond Mujuni, the journalist of NBS TV and formerly with NTV. They protested together with Senyonyi as well, Joel Senyonyi. They protested the social media tax together. And one tricky thing that has happened actually is that journalists are being ordered off their work by the UCC, Uganda Communications Commission. Their media houses or employers are being told to send them away or fire them for being so pro-opposition. Well, that's happening a lot. And in the same breath, Joel Senyonyi has left NTV. Not so sure really if it's related to this protest, but there are others that have been told to stop working with NBS TV, the likes of Canary Mugume, because of this same thing about the opposition coverage. And according to Apas, his views about the social media tax and the protests haven't changed at all. And he says he stands with Bobi Wine and the many Ugandans on this. And personally, he thinks in prison because he thinks Bobi Wine is in prison because of that particular protest, and Apas also is waiting to be picked up. Don't know whether he's actually real about this. And one other thing that really happened when Bobi Wine was in jail is the fact that Chameleone tried to visit him in vain. Yes, he was told to get permission from the Commissioner General, and when he asked for it, it wasn't handed. So Chameleone also failed to see Bobi Wine. And another big story that might be talked about then, Chameleone was with Nubian Lee, Bobi Wine's big partner, both musical and in other aspects. He was with Nubian Lee and Namboze, yes, Betty Namboze, and Honorable Zake, who also fought together with Bobi Wine in all those fights. And another person that was there was Lord Mayor of Kampala, Erias Lukwago. You should be knowing right now that Chameleone is trying to vie for the position of Lord Mayor, and the current Lord Mayor, Erias Lukwago, was with him on that very day, and they are vying for the very same position come 2021. And really, we really await to see how this will turn out to be. It will be a very big deal. And one thing I'll have to tell you too is that Erias Lukwago hasn't lost the race of Lord Mayor at his attempts. So let's wait and see if Chameleone will topple him away. And well, Chameleone on his 40th birthday also went on to post that today is the day that the Lord has made, the 40th birthday. Yes, and the biggest revolution of his 40s is that he is joining politics officially. We'll wait for that and see whether he really wins this mayoral race. We pray for the best for him, and may the best person win anyway, because people actually love Lukwago too. And also there's a revelation by Patoranking that he is coming to Uganda. People love Patoranking around here, and through his Twitter, when a fan asked him that he had promised to come over and he didn't last year, Pato replied by quoting the tweet and said, "I am coming this year," with love emojis and a smiling emoji. Well, that's all from me right today, and thank you for supporting SNS. Thank you, and if you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe to this beautiful channel for more updates. See you then. Sayonara.